boy. How about a guy that we have not visited in a while?
Our boy?
Not so fast.
Oh.
Chris D'Elia.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, so we haven't checked in on Chris D'Elia in a while. And, you know, sometimes I forget my rule of thumb with Chris because I'll watch his podcast for a little while and I'll be like, it's fine. But I always end up getting to the goodness. But this week, he hit me with some goodness, a little treat for us right out of the gate.
I was going to say, right off the bat.
We played new Chris D'Elia's trailer last week with Matt Rife. Well, apparently Daddy ain't ready to retire because buckle up for this. This is going to have to be family viewing, I think, at some point.
I got canceled.
Hold on. Was he Jerry Callahan?
Exactly.
I wish we had that drop.
I will say, I'm kind of impressed he said it.
I got canceled?
He's going to talk about it in some capacity.
Me, Weinstein, Cosby. This is cancel culture. Run amok. Canceled? What the fuck are you talking about? Kevin, Jesus. Maybe I'm thinking of people that should have been canceled. Chris, you were not canceled. People wanted to charge you criminally. The FBI was investigating you.
Big time.
That's not being canceled. There was a very thorough documentary made about you.
Yeah, it was done really well.
That's not tweeting about a flood in Japan and losing advertising deals.
I got canceled. My son has cried every single day for 3 years. And it's crazy because over the last 3 years, I've cried every single day for different reasons. You know, he's like, I'm hungry.
Because I cheated on his mom.
Well,
because I'm a serial cheater with the boy's mother, and I fuck 16-year-olds. That's why I cry, son. Why are you crying?
He fucks 16-year-olds and he grooms 14-year-olds.
Craig looks at that like, how do you get in that old dusty claptrap? How do you stomach that old bag of bones?
You know, I can deal with a lot, but being compared to this guy.
Therapy, she said to me, well, that's no surprise you're a comedian. I said, what do you mean? I know you think you like to do.
Craig messages Chris D'Elia and says, when they get to the age you like them, how do you keep things fresh?
Where do your ideas come from?
I said, what do you mean? I know you think you like to do stand-up because you like to make people laugh. When people laugh, that means that they accept you, and you need that. And that's when I was like, you're a fucking bitch.
See, gang, I don't treat women any better now.
I'm so far I'm impressed that I haven't heard that dumb voice he's been doing forever, though.
The I haven't learned tour.
It just says grow or die on the screen right now.
Same old Chrissy. Hey, guys, good news. Nothing has changed.
I'm just a guy, and I'm just trying to do better, okay? They don't want you to change. That's the truth. I got back on stage.
No, Chris. We're begging you for the safety of the children. We are begging you to change for the love of God.
We really, really want you to change.
if anyone that has a daughter, just so it's safe for them to go outside, they want you to change.
Just like, what the are you? Oh, but I typed so fucking hard.
Oh, so it's going to be a rally. That sounds fun.
Yeah. So his new special is called Grow or Die.
Yeah, which he's unfortunately done neither. And he's apparently like he's doing the Louis C.K. model, I guess. He's charging for this, selling it on his website, I think.
Yeah, I got canceled. No one will take my special.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's how he's going to frame it, I'm sure, is that he and like Louis are the same.
Yeah.
Where again, like what Louis did, if you want to question it, particularly stuff in the workplace, whatever, if you have a problem with it, fine. But there's no rape involved. With Chris, the allegations, I don't know if they're true or not, but the allegations are rape. Good old-fashioned rape. Not he was kind of weird to me and afterwards I regretted it. No, the good old-fashioned, like, 1950s style rape. Like, the girl's crying, he says, you do what I say and everything's going to be fine, and she sucks his dick. You know? What I call vintage rape. Rape classic is what Chris D'Elia has been accused of.
New Coke.
And he's like, oh, me, Aziz, you know. Just got victims of the machine.
Well, that'll have to be a watch along on Patreon, I assume.
I think it certainly will be. Yeah, I guess we'll have to buy it. And I'm surprised he's not just putting it on YouTube.
He's got to make some money.
But that's the thing. I don't know. Yeah, it seems to me like that's the best way for him to grow his audience at this point. Because now there's probably younger kids that like don't know what he's guilty of.
That's probably,
you know what I mean. Like that are like, I'm sure there's Matt Rife fans that don't know what Chris D'Elia was accused of 3 years ago.
And they're just still calling him daddy.
yeah. I want to join the cult. What's that?
Yeah, tell me about it, please. But that was how his latest episode opened.
Yeah, he promotes it. He tells people to watch it and everything. And then like it's like riding a bike, as they say. I got back into his podcast immediately, and I was like, oh, of course I can rely on Chris. I've been, we've had auditions last week for the new Stuttering John and everything, and I forgot about Old Faithful. Our old guys. I feel bad I've neglected them. Because I said it's so easy to just listen to a Chris D'Elia podcast and find 10 clips to laugh at this fucking asshole.
And it's really unfortunate that Hack Ride's parody songs for each individual's like intro music we used to play was so good they thought it was real.
Yeah, what the fuck? We got demonetized. It's not Hack Ride's fault, but like all those parody songs got us demonetized, so we can't stop playing them.
Insane. It's absolutely insane.
Well, what can you do when you're a rebel like us?
Yeah, YouTube's great.
Yes.
But the first clip we have from this episode is called Calvin.
Yeah, so this is about his son, and like, just listen to how delusional this guy is.
It's all good. It's all good, my babies. This is the whatever.
I'm glad you've kept that catchphrase, Chris. That's not creepy at all.
Might as well have said my girlfriends.
Yeah, right.
Episode, it's 300 and something. I don't even know. I can't even believe how many episodes we've had.
So badass, man.
Calvin came in.
It's so cool.
I don't even know. Who knows? No one knows. I don't know how many podcasts I've done. You shouldn't know. Why are you attempting to?
He just keeps collecting like the shittiest tattoos I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, but he talked about his tats on the episode. I don't think I have any clips of that though.
Every single time I see him, there's a new one that looks like shit. He's got like a dumb neck tattoo that doesn't look right either.
Well, the further you get into your 40s, I think it's cooler to keep adding to that collection.
Yeah. When you haven't had him up to this point.
Yeah.
Earlier, obviously, and messed with all the levels on the headphones.
Sorry, go back. We just missed a little of the context.
How many episodes we've had. And Calvin came in earlier, obviously, and messed with all the levels on the headphones because we couldn't hear anything. And then we noticed that all of them were turned down to a certain level. And that
Calvin, just so everyone knows, is his at most 3-year-old son.
Right. So he's going to have full conversation with him.
So listen to how he talks about this, like as if we're supposed to be like, wow, what a great dad. What an adult you've become.
The best dad.
Because he comes in here and pushes the buttons. And my gosh, I only feel love about that. If anyone else were to ever do.
I'm going to tell you one thing. My son has come in here before and touched all the buttons, and I was furious.
Yay! Go Calvin!
I was very upset.
You ruined Daddy's work. Good job, buddy.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's no shot Chris D'Elia knows anything about sound.
Calvin, by the way, is like, if I push all these buttons, will you stop cheating on mommy? Which one of these has you stop fucking 9-year-olds?
I think it's when you turn.
Is there a button on here?
Yeah, it's the one that turns on the camera.
You know?
Every slide associated with a number, he's like, just over 18, please, for the love of God. I'd like to have a dad by the time I'm out of high school.
That'd be very funny if he had to count and he always started at 18 from now on, just to get in the habit.
Calvin's teaching Chris an account.
Anyone else?
Right, so yeah, sorry, just go back a little. I know we keep talking over it. So Calvin runs in, like, listen to this. What Chris has done and what he did during the pandemic when he got canceled.
Yep.
And canceled, to be clear, is people saying, we think you're a pedophile. That's cancellation in Chris's mind.
So you're a statutory rapist.
Yeah, or a groomer.
Yeah.
So Chris got canceled, and when he first started like coming back, what he would do is post on TikTok with his family.
Yep.
And be like, look guys, hey babies, look at what a great dad I am.
She's still with me. Why do you guys care?
Yeah, my wife loves me. I'm a great dad. Look how cool I am. Meanwhile, while he was posting those, he was trying to fuck girls on the road.
Anyone that liked the video, he was DMing.
Yeah, he's messaging girls on Snapchat. Literally messaging girls being like, you know who's a real dumb twat is my wife. As the thing is still loading to TikTok.
Because he comes in here and pushes the buttons. And my gosh, I only feel love about that. You know, if anyone else were to ever do that, I would get mad. But Calvin's really kind of opened me up and made me think about.
He's like a brother to me.
Things in a different way. Dude, I tell you right now.
Hold on. Can I say, yeah, like, of course. Why do you want a pat on the back for this?
Yeah, you didn't strike your kid for touching your business.
Yeah, if my 32-year-old friend walked in here and started fucking with my laptop, I'd be madder than if a 3-year-old did it.
For sure.
What a great guy I am, huh, everyone?
Isn't that something?
Look at how evolved I am.
Next, this is where it gets into classic Chris.
Okay.
I was talking about couples therapy.
Well, but we haven't talked about Chris in a while, so maybe we have some new viewers here, or listeners.
Right.
What Chris is famous for, and it's amazing. I couldn't believe it. This is just yesterday's episode, by the way. Like, I didn't search for this. What's amazing is, scroll of the thumb, you're going to find a podcast with Chris D'Elia shitting on his wife. Just like that. Now, hey, that's all well and good. But a guy that has been dragged through the mud, canceled, if you will, to use his word again.
Yep.
For constantly cheating on his wife with barely or possibly illegal girls.
Yeah, if you are new to the this Chris D'Elia podcast, we have covered it in the past. The best scenario for the show is when his wife's on and you can just hear him and see him basically going, I really wish you were fucking like 14.
Yeah, the best episodes are when Kristen D'Elia is on, because the whole like she takes a lot of his shit, and then eventually, I got to give her credit. She must be knowingly doing that. Like eventually she'll be like, well, you have your issues too. Just kind of passive aggressively. And I'm like, all right, Kristen, start fighting back, baby.
It's when she's like, she must be a saint or the dumbest human alive.
Yeah,
because he will shit on her to her face.
I'll tell you this though, she probably is aware that if he fucks up again, if he leaves her, like she's in for a real pile of money, because this guy's selling out theaters still, which is crazy. Because I remember when he first came back and we watched his quote apology video for being horny all the time. Yeah. Missing the point. Well, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say we checked his tours and he was going all over the place to theaters and they were sold out.
He was at the Wang Theater here in Boston playing multiple shows. It's like a 3,000 seat theater.
It's a big one, yeah.
Canceled.
I'm canceled to an arena. But yeah, there's couples therapy here.
Okay. And then she was like, look in your wife's eyes and tell her how you feel. And I was just like, oh, anytime you got to do that in couples therapy, if you're in couples therapy, look, couples therapy is great because you know what?
Helps you
That whole
not
book,
cheat.
Men Are From Mars, Women Are From IKEA, whatever the hell it is.
Walks
Is
off.
Kevin Brennan writing your stuff?
His name, Antichrist.
I gotta say, I think he knows it's not IKEA. Because that would be an absurd book title.
It's playing, by the way.
Like,
Oh, I go back. I forget this guy with the fucking pauses.
I was like, I swear to God, I hit play, and this isn't a hack
Hold on.
ride video.
This is the IKEA joke that we just mentioned, and then pause for laughter. You guys are gonna be able to, like, much like Hack Ride earlier, try and compose yourselves after that great line.
No, this was just pause for standing ovation. It was a very long one.
Women Are From IKEA, whatever the hell it is.
Chris. Yeah, kid fucker.
It's unbelievable how much it's hard to be on the same page with anyone. Now, take into account a woman, right? If you're a man, if you're a woman.
Here we go. It seems Chris hasn't worked on a lot of these issues yet.
You know what are really annoying? Women. That's why I stick to girls.
He seems he seems angrier at women now than he ever was.
Right?
He knows if they get divorced, he's losing everything.
He certainly does.
So therapy, couples therapy is good. I do it now. Do I want to? Do I go like this? Oh, every single time we got to go do it? Yeah. Now, afterwards, do I feel
Is
better?
it court ordered? Sure.
My publicist making me do this? Of course.
Is it all for my image and I lied about going to rehab? Who knows?
Sometimes I feel worse. But then I started to feel better, I guess. So what happens is
I guess.
Hold on, go back. I'm going to hear that again.
I guess I feel better, I guess.
do it. Yeah. Now, afterwards, do I feel better? Half the time. Half the time I feel worse. But then I started to feel better, I guess. So what happens is
Boy, it seems to be working like a charm.
If his wife listens to this, I'd just be like, fuck you, dude.
This fucking guy, man. How many chances have I given this prick?
What else do I have to give you?
When am I enough, Chris?
From my recollection, she's a very attractive lady, too.
I mean, who knows? She seems like a sweetheart. We don't fucking know. We see her for
cameras
2
are on.
hours a year. Yeah.
The cameras are on and a microphone is in her face. Oh,
Yeah.
Christmas is coming up, which means we are definitely getting her soon.
Ooh, those are always exciting. Kids, gather around. Wait till this Christmas, because
Yeah.
I'm sure we will get a Chris and Kristen episode.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
therapy's fine. When I'm talking to the therapist, cool. Sitting next to my wife, all good. But dude, when I got a fucking turn, when she says,
But dude, when I'm on a fucking playground, then it's go time.
He just turned into Dice and he's like, he's watching Girls on the Seaside. He's like, you know what I want to do to you?
Suck my banana juice.
Kristen, look in her eyes, and I go, this is exactly what I don't want to be doing, dude. I love looking in her eye.
I don't want to look at her at all. I
What
feel
a sweet sentiment.
actually, hey Doc, I feel a ton of guilt and I can't look her in the face.
Yeah, I'd actually rather be anywhere in the world than looking at my wife. What a beautiful sentiment from this piece of shit.
He's the worst.
Kristen, look in her eyes, and I go, this is exactly what I don't want to be doing, dude. I love looking in her eyes. But
Therapist is like, okay, I don't recommend that as the lead-off phrase.
Ooh, I don't think I can help you guys. You might want to have to. You might want to split.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looking into her eyes disgusts you. We might be done here.
Every time I look her in the face, I dry heave.
Yeah, I love bilking you guys for money, but it seems like I don't know if you two are meant for each other.
You think in couples therapy he's talking about like putting her in a home because she's too old?
The problem with Chris is he looks into her eyes, and they're open. That's the unfortunate thing.
When they're shut, he can sneak out.
Oh, you're able to use your neck muscles and a spot on your head.
There's no soft spot to be careful of.
looking in her eyes and have her looking in mine and be talking about that step is fine. The looking in her eyes is fine. The her looking in my eyes are good. Good. Great. Love that. Let's stop it right there, because after that, the me talking about my feelings part, oh,
I'm liable to say something.
I might say something that'll get me in more trouble, Doc.
You know me. I can't keep my fucking mouth shut about how rock hard I am for teenagers.
Thank you. So, Chris, why don't you look in her eyes and tell her how that makes you feel as a man? No, thank you.
That would ruin the lie that I'm living.
You got to do it because you're there, right? The shit costs whatever it costs. I don't know. They just charge me every fucking month.
Seems like a guy who's getting a lot out of therapy. You've heard me. I've gone to therapy over the last few years. They happen to charge me. I pay out of pocket for it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard me speak of it like that?
No, some would say you're a changed man.
Cocksuckers.
To be fair, it doesn't sound like his therapist is like cooking hot pockets. Well,
that's true. That is a benefit.
Yeah.
That's Alba asked me how therapy was this week, and I was like, oh, it was good. And I actually told her something that like came up, and she was like, what did he say? I was like, I don't know. He's fucking microwaving his leftover chicken or something. He wasn't paying attention.
Raviolis in the microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the time. You know, like if you microwave something for too long, some shit will start like exploding.
He's putting out a fire.
Yeah, you just hear stuff going like poof, poof, like in the back. And you see him, God damn it.
This is a great episode of Frasier we're scripting.
Yeah, exactly. Next one is a powerful lesson, piggybacking off the previous one.
Oh, this is, I mean, if you listen to Chris, you know he's very powerful with his words, and this is certainly does not fall short of that.
Like, dude, I was watching Ice Age earlier.
With his date.
Like, the fucking
with this date.
Oh, you know, I've met Dennis Leary.
You use Calvin to have an excuse to hang out with people that age.
Hey, Calvin, who are your friends? You gonna introduce me?
Did you hogging them all or what?
Where'd you find these mamacitas, Calvin?
The fucking woolly mammoth was like took the spear from the caveman guy and he was gonna stab him and shit, and then they had the kid on the top of the woolly mammoth and was like, look, here's your kid. And they
listen to this man. Let's start this clip over if you wouldn't mind. Listen to this man.
Like, dude, I was watching Ice Age earlier. And like
naturally
the fucking woolly mammoth was like took the spear from the caveman guy and he was gonna stab him and shit. And then they had the kid on the top of the woolly mammoth and was like, look, here's your kid. And they thought they were never gonna see each other again. But now they are, and now the kid's walking, and the dad wasn't even there, but the animals told him to walk, and so it's like, all right. But then they play the music, and I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Like, that really makes me, if I let it, feel. If I let it, wow. I can feel very, very deeply about that. But, dude, I don't let it, do I? No, because it's fucking Ice Age, dude. Because I'm not gonna let.
That's very brave of you, Chris. What a man!
CGI woolly mammoth.
I like that he's combative with Ice Age.
Yeah, and at the end of the clip, the woolly mammoth starts slowly appearing. He had someone put it in.
They're trying to fucking teach me something. I'm not gonna. What a rebel this guy is. He must show all his stable of ladies this. Like, see, I didn't let Ice Age teach me anything. And they're like, whoa, what a bad boy.
He's gonna be like, you know what? That movie Moana, it's a diaper dropper.
A lot of Chris's peers, you know, quote books, literature they've read, perhaps. And he's like, I'm watching Ice Age the other day. And listen, I know it's for kids. But there's some lessons in there.
Speaking
by the way, how shallow the lesson he's talking about is just like, you know, fucking don't give up, basically. What deep message.
Next, he's talking about the gym here.
I mean, this is just, if you don't think Chris D'Elia is enough of a douchebag already, buckle up.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Hold on. And this is Chris's style.
Mhm.
That sentence we just heard, apropos of nothing.
Nothing.
There was no setup for it, or just there's a pause, and then whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
I'm cool as hell.
No one said you didn't, buddy. You're in fine shape. We're not getting big with you.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
That might have to go in the outro.
I was, to be honest with you, I'm glad you said that. I was thinking it,
Yeah.
so it's in there.
Okay. Beautiful.
That's a 2 for 2. Let's hear it one more time just to cement it in history.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym. I was at the gym.
Just
and I was
aggressive. He's like angry, as if like, listen, I know you guys haven't said anything, but it's almost as if you don't think I'm keeping it cool at the gym.
Just want you to know I'm cool as hell.
Oh, it seems to me you guys don't think I'm keeping it cool at the gym. Well, let me set you fucking straight.
He's not letting us know that the gym he's at is the local high schools.
The gymnasium.
Or the jungle gym.
whatever, dude. I keep it cool.
Gym
at the gym.
class.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
That's a good one. It's good.
That's worked perfectly.
You ever watch any little kids movies?
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
What's that to do with it?
Hey, Chris, did you see Kyle Anderson made a documentary about it? Do you want to address it on your podcast?
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Chris, some people say you weren't necessarily canceled, but just accused of a litany of crimes.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Hey, Chris, a lot of people think that Matt Rife has just kind of filled your shoes and you've been forgotten.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're fine with it then.
I was at the gym and
That's his transition. He just goes, I was at the gym.
I was at the gym.
whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym. I was at the gym and I was killing it. Okay. As I do.
I'm just getting swole as fuck.
I was just killing it.
Yeah. And if there's any, let's say high school aged women out there, I assure you, the old man still has some moves.
Guy comes up to me and says, "Hey man, what's the progression? How did you get to where you get to with that exercise?" Because what I was doing is I was going down on one leg.
Where do you get your ideas from?
Him proposing.
So, Chris, hold on, go back a little bit, because Chris is painting this picture where he's at the gym, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's at the gym, and people are coming up to like, how do you do it, man?
And I was killing it. Okay, as I do. Some guy comes up to me and says,
Whoa. What was the syllable he was about to utter?
Let me see.
It feels like a very good show line.
killing it. Okay, as I do. Some
Somewhat, Chris?
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Hold on, let's see what this guy did.
Guy comes up to me and says, "Hey man, what's the progression? How did you get to where you get to with that exercise?" Because what I was doing is I was going down on one leg, single leg, touching my other knee to the ground and rising back up. Now that's very hard to do. It has a lot to do with balance.
It's almost like I'm a superhero. And people, when they see me do it, they marvel and they come up to me and they say, "How do you do it, man?"
Like in his mind, he's doing whatever the fuck he's talking about. And then the movie scene or TV show scene would pan out and there'd just be a guy standing there going, whoa.
Chris is doing this workout where he's down on one knee and doing whatever he's doing on the pulley machine. And there's a guy off to the side just going like this. great mother of God.
There's a guy dialing a phone number to get his buddy down here quick.
I need LA Times. The narrative on Chris D'Elia is about to change. You gotta see what he's doing.
Wait, oh god damn it. But I was though, right? No lie. No cap.
Oh Jesus.
Stop the cap. Don't we have that
Stealing from Kirk now.
somewhere, right? Stop
Coleman.
the cap.
Yeah.
No.
Stop the cap.
So yeah, dude. No, I was
I'm glad
Stealing
we got to hear
words
that
from
hilarious drop.
He's stealing his words from Coleman.
Yeah.
His dropping abilities from Cullinane.
Yeah.
legitimately going down on one leg, touching my other knee to the ground, holding 40 pounds.
Stop the cap.
And the guy comes up and he says, like, dude, can I ask you, what's the progression? Like, what's it like to get to there? And I said, well, you start with
Chris,
no-
how do you do it? I'm sorry, Chris. Are you man or machine?
wait.
Okay, so
And he
this
was
guy's
like,
amazed.
well, that's interesting because it must make it a little bit harder, but then you can put this in and I tell him all about it. And he goes, like, I walk out, I'm like, dude, guess what? That dude asked me about advice. Hey, dude.
That's how you can tell he's making up the story. He asked me for advice.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think Chris. He may be exaggerated. I don't think he totally made up the story. Listen to this. Listen to how this man betrays Chris.
The icing on
This man was his gym buddy. Listen to how Chris is just like, fuck this guy.
advice. Hey, dude, the icing on the cake, he was fit.
Stop the cap.
Dude, he was fit. Okay. So I go,
No way. A guy at the gym asking about workout tips was in good shape. It wasn't me or Craig walking up to you. Who would believe it?
You think it was possibly one of those like adult weirdos that are actually still a fan of yours and he was just trying to talk to you?
and then
Craig and Chris hang out at different establishments. Craig does ask for his tips though.
I was out in nature
How
going
do
for
you
a
do it,
stroll. Going for a stroll.
Chris, you know when you're walking by the bus and one of these pesky mothers calls the police? You know what it's like, right, bro?
Dude, the weirdest thing is like it was after the bus left, it was like 25 minutes later, and then the cops came. So like even if when they called, the cops
I would
responded.
have fucked this kid 3-4 times by then.
I'm saying it was like an insane response time.
he's fit and that's my fucking confidence, man. Just growing up like I took a mushroom and I'm wearing fucking red overalls. Just loving it, man. You know?
Toad reference.
And I immediately text
Mario.
my wife and our friend together in a group text.
The
Dude,
mushroom
fit
thing,
guy,
right?
really a fit guy.
Yeah. When he eats the mushroom, he either grows or he can like spit.
I got you.
Asked me for advice. And they go, oh my gosh, okay.
Hold on. Go back. Starting group text about this?
Yes.
It's my fucking confidence, man. Just growing up like I took a mushroom and I'm wearing fucking red overalls. Just loving it, man. You know? And I go and I immediately text my wife and our friend together in a group text. Dude,
You guys aren't gonna fucking believe this.
Hey, babe, I met a sexy guy at the gym today. She's like, what do I have to do for a little attention? Could you fuck me other than to procreate?
He'd rather start fucking guys just to get away from her.
Oh, I met the most swole dude at the gym. It's like, Jesus Christ.
a fit guy asked me for advice. And
Yes, did he cheat on his wife and she doesn't want to stay with him? How do you do it?
I go, oh my gosh, okay. Guess what, dude? The next day I'm working out. Same dude comes up to me, asks me for more advice. And then I'm talking to him and I realize, oh, he's just kind of a fucking crazy guy.
I thought he was going to say the F word again.
Ew, get away from me.
Ew.
No, but listen to this. Hold on one second. Listen.
Dude. Next day I'm working out. Same dude comes up to me, asks me for more advice. And then I'm talking to him and I realize, oh, he's just kind of a fucking crazy guy. Oh, he's talking to everybody. So I go, oh, fuck. He's not talking because he wants advice. He's talking because he's running from something. Oh, for fuck's sake.
What?
How did he get to that?
The crime that this man committed is having other gym friends. Oh, I guess I'm not the apple of his eye. And we know what happens if you have other irons in the fire, if you will. If you have other, other things to do, then Chris will yell, "Hey, buddy, I guess I'll just kill myself then."
Classic broad argument.
Go watch the Chris D'Elia problem. That's one of his tactics.
He was fit, dude, and I'm going to hold on to that, man. I'm going to hold on to that because it made me feel so good.
Sweet.
Made me feel so good.
I felt something for the first time since I had Snapchat on my phone.
Guy can't stomach looking at his wife. A man compliments him at the gym, and he's starting group messages about it.
He had his suitcase packed already. Where are we going?
Anywhere but home.
This next one is too popular.
Well, I mean, listen, Chris, it's weird. He mopes about his friends abandoning him, yet he can't keep people out of his fucking house. They had a Halloween party. It was crazy.
We had our Halloween party. I'm sorry if you weren't invited. I can't remember all of my...
I don't think many people are going to be upset that they weren't invited to Chris.
Oh, no, I don't get to tie my name to a pedophile.
Anytime Whitney Cummings was opening the mailbox for like since July, she was like, is this the day?
Joe Rogan is refreshing his Facebook page. I haven't gotten the invite yet.
Bert Kreischer tweets out, I didn't get my invite.
We had our Halloween party. I'm sorry if you weren't invited. I can't remember all of my friends, you know?
He's a mean girl.
Well, I mean, you should. I think you have like 3 left after the cancellation. And one of them is Brian Callen.
Listen to him go through this, though. He's Regina George. Sorry if you weren't invited. Like, what do you... I have too many friends, okay? The man's in his 40s. He's a father. I have too many friends.
I mean, like, if you watch his stand-up, he's been I don't know how old he is now, but late 30s.
Like 43, 44.
Oh, yeah, so he's mid to late 30s in his other specials, and he talks like he's 12.
Yeah.
So that's just where his brain's at.
Yeah. It's always where his mind is. Yeah.
It's true.
Inviting. I'm supposed to remember all my friends.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is like,
yes, Chris. What kind of a selfish prick would you be if you didn't?
Some may argue,
remember all my friends.
Some may argue if you forget them, they're not really your friends, pal.
Invite. Who do you want to invite? And I'm like,
the Warthog asked me to speak at his wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I replied, Alba, who is this? Do you have this number saved? I don't know. Who is this gentleman? Oh, of course. What? Am I going to remember all my friends?
You start texting people to help you write something down to say.
I don't know. You know anything about this guy? I barely remember him.
Just, you know who? And she's like, yeah, but, and then throughout like the 3 weeks leading to the party, what about? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then I say, a few days before the party, how many people are coming? And she said, I like 60. And I go, oh, for fuck's sake, dude.
Well, to be fair, your wife has to invite 60 to make sure 10 show up. The most common RSVP was, is your husband going to be there?
It seems like what he's mad about is that it's his wife's friends.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's what he's mad about. He's thrown out like, how am I supposed to remember all of my friends? I don't think he has anyone to invite.
He doesn't have a true friend. The only one he had the only true friend I think he had was...
I'll tell you who it is. It's Bappa.
Bappa
Man cried at his demise.
Bappa and Callen.
That's the only true friend he's got.
Yeah.
60? I got to hide all my shit.
Yeah, you know what? You know what I say about inviting friends over? Hide the expensive stuff. They're going to steal it all.
Oh, God, our dearest friends are coming. We better lock up the fine china.
They're going to rob us.
kind of people do you? You have a child. What kind of people are you associating with?
Someone spray painted pedophile on his wall at the last party.
I gotta put
Oh no! You invited people to our house. Surely we better put on the cameras.
I gotta put a fucking bunch of stuff in the safe. 60 people? Do you know what that means? There's gonna be at least 7 people I don't know who they are.
And you know why that is. Now, you know, if the skirt here invites her friends over, I actually know every one of them, believe it or not.
Isn't that weird?
It's crazy. I've taken an interest in her life, and I've met her friends.
You know, like usually, like typically, like 4 months into a relationship, when you realize you're going to be with someone for a while, you start meeting people in their life.
You meet the people that are close to them as well. Whereas Chris is like, I don't know. I barely know this bitch. You think I know her next of kin?
I don't have a clue. Dude, there were actually 6 people. I had no idea who they were. Oh, dude. How infuriating fucking blood red mad would this make you? Well, first of all,
it's so strange. No one brings their kids over.
We had to put Calvin to bed because no one else felt safe.
He had no one to play with.
Put Calvin to bed in the middle of a party, and I had to lay with him until he fell asleep because it was
I've
loud.
heard this before, to be fair.
The timing was just perfect.
I put Calvin to bed in the middle of a party, and I had to lay with him until he fell asleep because it was loud. And I did do that because I'm a good dad. And I love doing it.
He's like, Dad, don't try anything. I know I'm your type, but
His wife puts on a fucking chastity diaper when he goes to bed.
I walked out.
By the way, I mean, you have kids. I do not. Am I wrong to say kind of shitty parenting to have 60 people over while your kid's asleep? Maybe not at that age.
It depends because my kids go to bed real easy, and they stay asleep.
Yeah, it probably wasn't a school night or anything. I'll allow it. All right, I'll stop being such a prude.
To be fair, though, they're in LA. This could have been a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I bump into Clark Kent with a Superman. Like, he's got the glasses on.
Chris, I hate to kill your childlike wonderment. That was just a guy dressed as Clark Kent. He's not a real man.
Honestly, if you took the glasses off, you would have been like, "Oh, I didn't know 5 people. That's just James."
Oh, he takes the glasses off. Chris is like, Superman? It's been you all along?
Superman, I go like this. I've never seen this person in my life. Okay. I walk downstairs. I see him again. He starts talking to me. I don't know who I'm talking to. My wife and I say, "Who's that?" She said, "Oh, that's my friend's husband." I said, "Who's your friend?" She said, "My friend. I know her from Instagram." I go, "Well, you don't even know the friend."
Well, okay, that's a weird invite then.
Well, yeah, that's where I can't defend Kristen. But I gotta say, if we're being fair here to Kristen, Chris has a few Instagram friends as well.
Yeah, and they're there, but no one can see them.
I hope he gave her shit for this. Was like, you just invited someone from Instagram. And she's like, really, Chris?
Honestly,
yeah, I hang out with people I meet on social media. You ever done that?
If I had a party and I ran into someone I didn't know and I asked my wife, "Who is this?" and she was like, "I met this person on some local town Facebook group," and I just said, "Want to come?"
Yeah,
I'd be
that'll grant you.
Yeah, I'd be pretty mad.
But again, turnabout is fair play. You know,
That's true.
Snapchat is also a breeding ground for some unsavory characters.
I think she's just setting him up. She's like, "Go ahead and say something."
Yeah, I knew him from Instagram. Well, yeah, you know what? We snap back and forth.
Do you know that saves?
What would you react like if I told you that you can screen record Snapchat?
And your dumbass didn't realize it. It tells you when they do that.
I don't need a man who's faster than the speed of faster than a locomotive stealing my, you know what I mean?
Oh boy, is he just not funny?
Why is everyone there to rob you?
Just because I wear a Superman costume does not mean I take on his powers.
Superman's a good guy. The analogy doesn't even hold up.
Yeah, I think he's talking about stealing the captives in the basement.
They all know my kryptonite. Of age women. They show me a picture of my wife. Ah! My powers melt away.
Now, this next clip, This is my favorite thing when I see something like this in the clips and it just says bizarre 40 seconds.
Yeah, Chris has a couple of clips here that we'll get to that it's like, what is this a show? What are you doing?
It's like he forgets he's doing something.
I love life. Life rips. I love life.
Nice, bro.
There was a jump cut in there too, so he cut out more.
I didn't put on deodorant today.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, I don't usually need to, but sometimes.
Hold on, go back because we talked over the silence. I want people to feel how long that silence is like it's 5 seconds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
On a podcast, it feels like an eternity. So we're not going to talk over this time.
It's and there's a jump cut in the middle, so he cuts
some out, but not all of it. It's artistic, maybe.
I love life. Life rips. I love life. I didn't put on deodorant today. But I'll tell you what, I don't usually need to, but sometimes late at night, I'll fucking like put my arm around my wife and I'm like, are you eating a sandwich in here? And it's just because I didn't put deodorant on. Buy Berg water drilled from icebergs on Amazon.com. Go to my page if you want to purchase a 10-word ad or shout out holler.baby/Chris D'Elia.
So the main reason I put that clip in is because if you guys go to holler.baby/Chris D'Elia, do you know what you can buy?
Kids stuff.
No, you can buy an ad. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
You can buy a 10-word ad.
Ooh, interesting.
Can we do that right now?
Holler, let's see.
Holler.baby/Chris D'Elia.
Baby. Chris D'Elia. What do you think the price on this is going to be?
I think he said $10 or something.
It.
Maybe he said 10 words.
$175.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Chris.
So he does that on his show?
He doesn't even sell it well. Did you hear what he just said? He just like mumbles through it. Yeah.
Yeah. All I heard was something about glacier water and then that.
Damn. That's too bad. I'm not going to pay him that much.
No,
Maybe I will. The one I had in mind was Kyle Anderson is a great documentarian. Listen to Blind Mike. 10 words.
That would be something. 170.
I suspect that would be refunded, but
probably. But I'm not going to stop anyone that's listening that feels like doing that.
I suspect he would gloss over that Kyle Anderson's getting mumbled. Kyle Anderson's a great documentarian.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, so you can buy a 10-word ad for $175, which does not seem worth it if you're actually advertising anything. But maybe it's worth it to you if you want him to get him to say something dumb.
I need a pedophile to say 10 words about me right now for a shitload of money.
You've been doing it the whole episode.
Hey.
Hello, folks.
Folks. Getting derosted right now. This is he finally starts talking about some current events with his touching tribute,
as he always does. Yeah. Oh, he's Kevin Brennan's not the only one getting some hot water with Matthew Perry.
Dude, how crazy is it that Matthew Perry died in the hot tub? That's so sad. He was so funny, man. I know he was battling an addiction, but I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I think he had a heart attack, they said. In the hot tub.
Wow. Glad to finally get your insight on this, Chris. Really glad you've weighed in here. You've added a lot to the conversation.
He's putting on like his version of the Case voice for this too.
Yeah, it is very serious. Yeah.
But I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I think he had a heart attack, they said. In the hot tub. And then drowned, which is wild. The heart goes out to him and his family and the Friends cast, because that's probably weird for them.
Does he think like they were all, like he really lived with Joey?
Jennifer Aniston's really upset.
This has got to be I mean, I'm sure. I think they knew him very well, but it's funny to be like, my heart goes out to his family and the Friends cast, both equally. what a tribute this is! I'm sure this is lightening the Perry family day.
Definitely.
The heart goes out to him and his family and the Friends cast, because that's probably weird for them.
One of them died. Yes.
I never met him.
That's the about me tweet, but like when you have nothing, you still try to do it.
I never met him.
Never met the guy.
And ultimately, I wonder if that's what killed him. He didn't get to see me sculpting at the gym.
He might have read the allegations against Crystalia and then died in the hot tub.
I never met him. It's funny to go into that serious thing. Like, he has nothing to say about it, nothing to add at all, because he doesn't want to make a joke about it because he wants to be in like that Hollywood world and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't want to make a joke about it, but he doesn't really want to take it too seriously because that's not his personality. So he just says, like, my heart goes out to the Friends cast. I never met him.
Score 1 for Seinfeld. But this is piggybacking off that one. It's him coming to grips.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it's tough. We've all, like, I'm sure we were all rattled when Matthew Perry died. So this is how Crystalia tries to deal with it.
God, he was like 54 or something. Imagine that. Imagine if fucking Brian Callen just died. That'd be so insane.
Hey, Chris, you didn't need to, for instance, us. Matthew Perry is much more famous.
Imagine if Brian Callen died. Oh, I forgot to invite him.
Try and imagine. So, an actor that was a character on one of the most famous sitcoms of all time, by far, passed away. Imagine if, like, the 9th lead in The Hangover died. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Brian Callen just died. That'd be so insane.
Can you imagine? Like, Matthew Perry died. If you guys don't understand what that is for the kids out there, imagine if the waiter from Old School died. Try and comprehend that.
Imagine that. Imagine if fucking Brian Callen just died. That'd be so insane.
Why would that be more insane?
He's like, because I actually knew that one.
I didn't know Matthew Perry. This is how Chris learns about, like, life. Like, wait a minute. People I know could die too. What if that happened?
You mean you don't live forever?
Wait, he's the same age as someone I know who tried to distance himself from me.
Imagine if Joe Rogan died.
Yeah, Chris can imagine that, actually.
This is playing, by the way. It's been playing.
What?
Yeah,
I forgot about this. Go back. We got to appreciate the silences.
So insane.
Jesus. Holy shit.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Go back a little bit.
I just might.
Do you remember what this goes into?
I don't, actually.
Yeah, though that's you have to let it when it's pausing and he starts to kind of talking. You gotta let it go because he goes.
Oh, he's the king of the transition. All right.
Yeah.
Imagine if fucking Brian Callen just died. That'd be so insane.
Okay. So insane. I don't even have a thought right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace. I guess Mike Pence dropped out. Dude, I can't.
By the way, I cut that was the entire Matthew Perry segment. I cut nothing out of it.
Yeah.
So it's not like I cut this long tribute to Matthew Perry or, you know, how finite life is. He brought up the issue. He said that about it. And then he's like, Mike Pence is also in the news. And he was watching me at the gym. All right, what else?
We have 2 left to him. This is always a good headline too, because this is I don't think the first time you've said this for one of his clips, and it's just podcast gold.
He has a way about him to do things that someone submit this to cringe of the week if you wouldn't mind. I'm sure it fits.
Oh, really?
That one's funny. Sending it to my friends.
You're on a show, asshole.
I'm starting to think he has 0 friends because he's talking about them so weirdly.
I'm texting my friends, guys. You're doing something.
It's those bots from AIM he's talking to.
Start this over. Start this over because I really want you to revel in the silence.
Sending it to my friends.
Hello?
I dressed up as a milkman at my Halloween party.
That's what he comes out with. Like a retard, by the way. I dressed up as a milkman. He pauses for 40 seconds while he's texting. And keep in mind, as we saw, the podcast is edited. He has a team. He has producers.
Yeah, he went to the party as Calvin's real dad.
No, he went to the party as one of Calvin's friends, hoping that people would mistake him.
The last clip is just him riffing.
And this is really what Chris is best at. So we heard him. By the way, he'll mention it, but he was a milkman, and Kristen D'Elia was a 50s housewife. Which, I mean, if that doesn't just speak volumes.
And my wife dressed up as a 50s housewife, and it was cool. It was couple's costume. People didn't really know it, dude. They thought I was being an ice cream man, which really fucking made me annoyed. And then I said to people,
Why? Hold on.
Someone tells me his costume wasn't that great.
Get your anger under control, buddy. That's not that big an issue.
Why do people?
It's an adjacent food item.
Almost like the same thing.
Hey, what are you, an ice cream man? No, I'm the milkman. Dick.
You fuckface.
Made me annoyed. And then I said to people, why do people think I'm an ice cream man? And people said, well, you mean you could be an ice cream man? And I said, there's a cow on my hat.
Yeah, how do you make ice cream, dumbass?
You dumb shit. Also, like, people are being nice, like, hey, what are you, an ice cream man? Which is a terrible costume. Only to be dwarfed by milkman.
And they said, well, there's milk and ice cream. And I said, yeah, but that's not the thing, honestly.
He's a little kid.
How many ice cream companies have a cow on their logo?
Many.
Several.
He's a little kid where he's like, I'm not an ice cream man. I'm a milkman. Kristen, tell him. I'm gonna kill myself. Everyone better say how good my milkman costume is, or I'm gonna kill myself.
You better say it, or he's not gonna fund any parties anymore.
Kristen's like, guys, do it, or he's gonna run upstairs.
He's gonna stomp.
He goes, lock everything in the safe.
I'm gonna go play blocks with Calvin.
I'm gonna lock my booze in the safe if you guys don't say how good my milkman costume is.
What's his booze, you think? What's his booze of choice?
Well, he doesn't drink, remember?
Oh, that's right. That makes sense.
I
keep forgetting because that's like legitimately the creepiest part of all his shit.
He doesn't mind plying women with liquor.
Right.
He always had that on hand. But
that's right.
Fucking milkman, obviously, dude. How crazy is it that people used to just deliver milk?
Now here's where we get into the riff.
Milk.
Giddy up. Chris can't imagine another decade.
I'm a milkman. I'm a job that's been extinct forever.
Well, that's exactly right, Craig, where it doesn't exist anymore. And Chris is about to riff on this. And it's maybe this is like a We Might Be Drunk type experiment where Sam Morril and Mark Norman mention their bits on air. Mm-hmm. And then when you see them on stage, you're like, I remember them saying that. I think we're seeing the evolution of one of the great comedy bits here. Who even needs a milkman?
No one needs it. Nobody.
People used to just deliver milk. People used to deliver milk. And also, what a racket. You don't even need milk.
You did.
You know?
Well, hold on. As much as you need anything, like I guess you could survive without milk, but it's kind of an essential food for cooking and things. Like people needed it.
It's in an awful lot of stuff.
It's in a lot of stuff, and also it's a time where not everyone had a car, particularly women, the ones who
stayed home.
Cooking. Yeah, they needed their milk.
You know that we call them old reliables.
Yeah. How about this, Chris? Look at your wife and what you made her dress up as, and think, how would she serve me? Oh, she needs the ingredients.
You know, you don't need milk. You certainly don't need it to be delivered. What a bullshit job. It's like a Will Smith movie.
Why don't they just Uber it? I don't get it.
You know what, Mike? You know what I've always thought about milkmen? It's an awful lot like I Am Legend.
It's exactly like that, actually. And he's about to tell us why. It's funny you brought that up.
Well, no, he already said the Will Smith.
I know.
What a bullshit job. It's like a Will Smith movie. Like where a fucking, you know, he makes those movies about people with fake jobs, like Hitch. Like, what is that movie?
Yeah, Craig. Why would you use the example of I Am Legend, which is a sci-fi situation? Why wouldn't you use the obvious example of Hitch, where he plays a matchmaker, which is a very real job?
That's true. That's very true. That was a job for like 8 years in the 90s, and then people were like,
yeah, granted, a useless job, sure. A dumb job, but it existed.
You know what? We call these kind of people as your friends when you're out at a bar, and they help you, and they make you look good for the lady you like.
The guy who's the star of a movie called I, Robot and Men in Black, by the way. Chris is like, you know, it's like that Will Smith movie, Hitch, where it's a job that doesn't really exist.
Hitch, a guy who helps people find people. That's not a job, dude. Certainly not from a guy.
Oh, did you say pause or was?
No, I said it was.
Oh.
And by the way, he's like, certainly not from a guy. Bitches help you get bitches.
Ugh.
Okay.
Some like housewife in Maine would have that job. Not Will Smith, 38.
Okay, yes, I'll grant you that, Chris. But if you want to get into the weeds about this, is a housewife in Maine selling tickets, or is Will Smith circa 2003? What can I tell you?
Is this his transition to the Lewiston shooting?
Some housewife in Maine, which, by the way, very, very sad. What happened?
Rest in peace. Chris Christie really doesn't have a shot anymore.
Yeah.
In Maine would have that job. Not Will Smith, 38 when he shot it, you know?
How do you know that?
How about in the scene when they're like, come on, man, you going to help me get laid? And he's like, whoa, that is not what I do. It's like, all right, bro, you know? Dude, that movie fucking sucks. And I never even seen it. I just know that one scene.
I love Chris when he just riffs.
That movie sucks.
Movie sucks. But you know what, Chris? I know you haven't seen it. Doesn't matter. I'm glad someone finally took down Hitch. It's about time Kevin James got his comeuppance. He's had it too good for too long.
Seriously.
What an asshole. I always forget like what an asshole that guy is, because that's not even his best. Like, he's had far worse episodes of that show. Mm-hmm. This was, I would say, a pretty generic episode of Congratulations, and yet still, as you saw, there's 10 points where I'm like, oh, just what an unbelievable douchebag is this guy.
What are you talking about?
Like that Will Smith movie. Hey, it's not a real job, just like that Will Smith movie. All right, Men in Black, I, Robot, I, Imagine. What's he talking about here? No. The one where he goes to a Knicks game with Kevin James.
A backwards Scally Cat movie.
All right. What's next, my good man? Should we go to Alec Baldwin?
Go to Baldwin, or we can go to our old pal.
Well, let's go with Baldwin for now. we'll see if we even get to. I got a tease for you guys. I got a little treat. Oh, because we got to get to that fucking David Collins guy too.
Yeah, we got a lot, and
Don't let me forget him.
We're almost 2 hours in already.
Yeah, we might not get to. I was gonna tickle you guys' dicks with a little Ojeda, but maybe we'll come back with more power next week. Who knows?